4 more days of perfect weather. That's right. What? What do you mean, look outside the window?
Attention, people of Gotham. I have a weather update for you.
What's going on?
Oh no, it's Mr. Freeze and the Riddler!
If this prototype works, that fire bat should go directly to the icicle. It worked!
Excuse me, sirs. I don't mean to interrupt, but I think you should see this.
Prepare yourselves for a long winter. Soon you shall all know the cold I feel trapped in this suit.
Dear me.
And when Victor here told me about his plans, I just had to get in on the act. No more small-time jobs for me. Yep, this is the one that's gonna put me on the map. And just so you don't think I've gone soft on you, Bats, here's a riddle for you. What gets hotter when it gets colder? Ta-ta for now.
What gets hotter when it gets colder?
Tim, we're getting a call from the Commissioner.
Batman, Mr. Freeze has started freezing buildings downtown, and the Riddler was spotted breaking into the Wayne Chemical Factory.
We're on it. Batman out.
Score 1 for the good guys!
This is hardly a victory. If only we knew what Riddler was doing with those chemicals.
I should have collected some samples.
Here.
Batgirl!
Thank you, Batgirl. The Riddler seems to think these chemicals will help Mr. Freeze's plan to ice Gotham. Let's see what happens.
Did you see that, Batgirl? Hey, where did she go?
Riddler! Batman! Can't you take a hint? I guess you just want me to draw this out. Why not try solving this one, detective? What are the best blades for cutting away?
Batman! Look out!
Why, helicopter blades, of course! Gotta fly!
He's getting away, Batman!
The battle's not over yet, detective. We shall see who wins this Cold War.
It's over, Mr. Snow Globe!
Robin, don't! Catch!
Next time we meet, I'll give myself the pleasure of icing you both.
He's frozen it shut, Batman!
Let him go, Robin. We need more time to devise the most effective way to turn up the heat on Mr. Freeze.
At last, all my plans are crystallizing. Gotham feels the chill I've felt for years. Enjoy the cold winds of defeat, Batman.
Hey, Freeze! What do I get when I cross you with a fool? A double-crossed fool!
What's the meaning of this?
Riddler's underground chemicals are mixing with the extreme cold of the storm and expanding.
So, this was his plan all along.
No. Temperature rising. Too hot. Can't breathe. Need... cold.
Come on, Robin. We'll put Freeze in the cooler later.
But Batman, the Riddler!
Never fear, Robin. The Riddler hasn't made his point yet. When he does, we'll be there to stop him. But for now, we have to stop the flow of toxic sludge from reaching Gotham Harbor.
Mark my words! There's no question about it! I've finally beaten the Bat!
The harbor is safe, but look at all the damage!
Edward Nygma's ultimate plan has been to mark Gotham City with his own symbol.
Look! A giant question mark!
Remember what I told you about there being a point where we'd get him? What's that question mark missing?
Here's a final riddle for you, dear Gotham. How do you win a symbolic victory? When you work well on the spot! What? No! Not when I was so close! This isn't fair! No! No, no, no!
And the Wayne Foundation is going to restore all the damaged sections of Gotham.
I'll make my mark on Gotham someday, Batman!
Try making your mark in here, Nygma. Of course, you're going to have to share a cell this time.
Mr. Freeze! Batman! You can't leave me in here with him!
Now, the only question mark in the Riddler's future is at the end of his prison sentence.
The Riddler and Mr. Freeze are just two of the threats facing Gotham City, Robin. Back to the Batcave. We have work to do.
Activating the mini-computer's help file. Ah yes, riddles. First, select a riddle piece, which takes you to the decoding screen. Each time you bring in a new riddle piece, the Batcomputer enters some letters into this code key. Check the symbols to see which ones have letter matches in the code key. Ah, here's one. Use the alphabet bank to place letters into the riddle. Or you can select a space and enter the letter with your keyboard. You can try to figure out what the words are and fill in the rest of the letters. If I may suggest, sir, search Gotham City for some more riddle pieces to scan into the Batcomputer. That will provide even more letters in the code key. Once you fill in the entire riddle piece, the Batcomputer analyzes the information. When a letter turns white, it is correct. When it turns red, it is incorrect and doesn't belong in that space. Use the backspace key to remove a letter from a highlighted space. As you decode them, you'll see that each riddle piece is either a question or an answer. When you know which ones belong together, connect them, like this. Oh, by the way, sir, each solved riddle has one highlighted letter. The Bat computer will program each one into the main riddle. Eventually, you'll need to unscramble these letters to reveal the answer to the Riddler's master plan. Good luck, sir. Activating the mini-computer's help file. Most unfortunate. Toxic sludge pouring from tanks. Only the Batcopter's neutralizers can stop them. Notice that each tank has an incomplete pattern on it. Use the control key to choose a neutralizer that correctly continues or completes the pattern shown on a tank. Then, use the arrow keys to move the Batcopter into position. Finally, use the spacebar to fire. I believe you'll need to hit the very front of the toxic flow to neutralize it. Precisely. There's another one. But a different color. Examine the tank's pattern and select another neutralizer. Using the wrong neutralizer can be quite troublesome, but you can still stop this by switching to the correct neutralizer. Sometimes two toxins will mix together. I suggest you blast it twice. Once with the correct neutralizer for this tank, and once with the neutralizer for this other tank. You must act quickly, or the toxins will cause great harm to the harbor. Continue to eliminate those toxins until this meter shows that all of the dangerous chemicals are gone. Gotham City is counting on you, sir, and I'll have a nice cup of tea waiting for you when you're finished. Activating the mini-computer's help file. Look carefully, sir. Somewhere in this frozen wall of ice crystals is a repeating pattern. It always starts from the bottom row, and the pattern may go in any direction, but it never goes diagonally. As you may have noticed, sir, these two ice crystals form a pattern that repeats over and over all the way to the top. Now the Firebat must be programmed with this same attack pattern. Select an ice symbol for each section of the Firebat. It always starts with the first symbol in the pattern. Now, time to warm things up a bit, starting at the bottom, of course. Once you restore one side of a building, I suggest you direct your attention to the other side. I'm afraid this can get quite challenging, sir. Mr. Freeze will try to confuse you by creating different kinds of ice crystals. And to make matters even worse, the pattern will require 3 ice crystals. Good luck, sir. I do hope you can turn up the heat on Mr. Freeze. Activating the mini-computer's help file. Ah yes, toxic overflow. I'm afraid this will require your immediate attention. Work quickly, sir, or the dangerous liquids will start to spread. You must open the correct valves to send the chemicals to these control tanks at the bottom. When you open a valve, it allows the chemicals to drain into the next tank. Valves can be opened to the left, the right, or closed again. As a tank is filling, be sure to open the next valve before it overflows. The Riddler may have punched holes in some of the tanks. I suggest you avoid these, as they tend to leak. Watch out for locked valves. Tanks with these signal lights can only be used for a certain amount of time. When a tank's meter is green, it can still be used. When it turns yellow, there are only seconds left. And once a meter turns red, the valve above it temporarily locks. In that case, simply make an adjustment. Once a bottom control tank is filled, close the valve above it to secure the tank. Once all of the control tanks are filled and secured, the automatic safety shutoff system will activate. I'm quite sure that will put a stop to the Riddler's sabotage. Activating the mini-computer's help file. The underground is quite dangerous, sir. I do hope you'll bring along your special devices. You'll need to use some special controls to make your way around. Use the arrow keys to move. Toxic chemicals. Not at all healthy. Use the spacebar to jump over them. The Riddler may have his henchmen, but you've got your devices. Use the control key to activate a device. That didn't work. Ah well, simply use the return or enter key to change devices. That one was most effective. Do notice the checkpoints. Each time you reach one, you're one step closer to the end of these caverns. Your devices will also help you get past other obstacles. That's all. Oh, and good luck, sir.